What's good, everybody? It is your boy Tony the Savant back again. Hope everybody's having a good to great day. If you don't mind, y'all, swing by the Instagram page, Tony the Savant. Give your boy a follow as I'm dropping some exclusive content over there. Also, Twitter or X, whichever one you calling it these days, Tony the Savant, if you don't mind. Give your boy a follow over there as well. As I got a new show I'm going to be starting on the Twitter Spaces. Just dropped a live show over there as well, discussing the Victor Conte situation and the PED allegations around the one LeBron James. Also, we got the headquarters, Facebook, Tony the Savant, Thee. Got the Facebook show over there, one of one, getting busy over there as well. And then, of course, right here at the crib, YouTube. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content on the channel. Thank y'all for the love and support. Let's get into this bag, man. All right, so we're talking about Shakur Stevenson. And from time to time, we always got to double back and revisit some subject matters, I should say, pertaining to one Shakur Stevenson. Now, me personally, I am on the cusp of being a Shakur Stevenson fan, as I am a fan of him as a boxer, not much a fan of him as a person. I know this sounds a little conflicting, but I'm one of those people that can separate the art from the artist. And so, that being said, Shakur Stevenson is one of those people that I do support. When he's in the ring, I cheer for him. I will purchase a Shakur Stevenson fight. I purchased the last fight he had against De Los Santos. Was not impressed. But, as a fan, you're not going to always get, what you expect from your favorite athletes, as they do have off days and, they get injured and all that kind of stuff. Just like they're human beings, basically. So, despite a bad outing from Shakur Stevenson, I've still found a way to respect and follow the guy, and call myself a supporter of Shakur Stevenson. But recently, and now I'm talking about we about 48 hours in, this guy has just put himself out there, and it's just getting annoying with Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. All right, because Shakur, if you all are not aware of this, had the opportunity to fight Devin Haney about this time a year or two ago. And Shakur elected, nobody else, Shakur elected to not fight Devin Haney because Devin Haney and Bill Haney sent him a contract of, what was it? I can't recall. It wasn't a price tag number, I don't believe, but he would get 25% of the cut in the fight between him and Devin Haney, which made sense given that Devin Haney at the time that this particular contract was offered was the undisputed champion at 135. Now, since Shakur Stevenson has declined to fight Devin Haney at that time because he felt like he was quote-unquote underpriced, Shakur Stevenson has gone out of his way to bring up Devin Haney's name one way or the other. And now at this point, it's starting to feel like a clout chasing mission because it's like, bro, you had the chance to fight this guy. You elected to not fight this guy. And now you're just doing everything you can to initiate another fight, but nothing indicates that you would accept that fight either. Because at this point in time in boxing history, Devin Haney would still be the A side in a fight between himself and Shakur Stevenson, no doubt about it. And you would have to be an avid Shakur Stevenson fan to think otherwise. Devin Haney has put in more work. Devin Haney is a champion in multiple divisions now. I'm not sure if Shakur is, but nonetheless, Devin Haney definitely is. And Devin Haney has been more active recently in more notable fights. Shakur Stevenson himself, yes, is a good name and a big name, but the guys that he fights usually aren't, you know, on the same level as him, much like Gervonta Tank Davis, which I got a video coming out about that guy. Coming out about Gervonta pretty soon as well, so y'all be up on the up and the look for that one. But nonetheless, Shakur Stevenson inserts himself into this Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia fight, as Ryan Garcia has been going through some episodes. I will say that. He's been on social media, smoking weed, drinking, talking about all kinds of stuff. And I kind of like Ryan Garcia, but I just think my personal opinion of Ryan Garcia is that he's too wishy-washy, man. He's too back and forth. You know, he makes a decision and then 5 minutes later he makes another decision in total contradiction of that decision. One of which, to me, is his perspective on championship belts. At one point, Ryan Garcia was one of those dudes that said championship belts aren't a big deal, and not even like a month later, he was going for a championship belt. You know, because he needed it as some kind of leverage in his next fight. But anywho, Ryan Garcia has been going through his, episodes and prayers for that brother, because I don't know if it's more of like a mental health thing or Ryan Garcia just going through some emotional stuff. I do know, was it right after his fight with De Los Santos, I believe it was, he had a divorce with his wife. And we all know divorces can be tough no matter how people act or whatever act that they put on. Excuse me. Whatever act that they put on, divorces are tough. You know, that's just one of those things. You spend an amount of time of your life with somebody, you start a family or whatever you do, you know what I mean, whatever that time you spend with each other. And I do feel for him on that note. I think that's partially the reason why Ryan Garcia is going through some of the things that he's going through, and a lot of people aren't just making note of it. But besides that, his episodes on the internet has given reason for people to believe that Ryan Garcia could possibly back out of his fight with Devin Haney. At this point in time, we're still, about 5 weeks away from the fight. I believe that they are fighting on April 20th. And I'm starting to get these dang on dates mixed up because I was looking at that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight too. So whatever the case, these two are supposed to be fighting soon. But Ryan Garcia looks like he will, probably back out of the fight. And this is when we reinsert Shakur Stevenson. Okay, because Shakur has been on Twitter. I was actually live on Twitter the other night when he was, him and Devin Haney was having this back and forth. So it was kind of cool. This was my first time seeing one of these boxing back and forths in real time. And kind of just following the threads as they tweeted it out. But from what I had seen, Shakur was talking about being the replacement, saying that he would be the replacement, or he's volunteering himself to be the replacement for if Ryan Garcia can't fight. And Bill Haney responds to Shakur Stevenson by denying him possibly being the replacement, which I found shocking myself. I did find this a little shocking because you would think that, Bill Haney, he's on his Gervonta Tank Davis campaign as of right now. And I think that he should solely focus on that fight. Once they get Tank Davis out the way, I don't see any reason why Bill Haney and Devin Haney wouldn't possibly focus on taking Shakur Stevenson out. Because right now, Shakur Stevenson is in a weight class underneath Devin Haney. Devin Haney has moved up to 140. Shakur is still at 135. So, there's that issue. Also, Devin Haney has been it's been reported that he may be forced to move up to 147 because he's rehydrating at the 140 weight class. He's rehydrating and getting as big as 165. So he may be forced to move up to 147, the welterweight division, pretty soon anyway. So that's another parameter or obstacle, I should say, that's surrounding this fight that would prevent it. And then last but not least, Shakur Stevenson, like I said, he went out of his way to deny this fight and made all these excuses in the beginning. And now Bill Haney has zero interest in him. And so much so to the point where Bill Haney is saying, no, we don't want you at all. We ain't trying to do any kind of business with you. So, and I don't blame Bill for that. You fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. No, excuse me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Because we don't know what Shakur is going to do or what he's going to, I don't believe, me personally, I don't ever believe Shakur Stevenson is going to fight until I actually see him in the ring. That's when I know, that's when I believe that he's going to fight, and after the first punch is thrown, because this dude is a habitual clout chaser. He's one of those kind of dudes that hangs with all of the celebrities, hangs with all these people, make sure his face is in the camera. But then when it's actually time for him to get busy and then the spotlight is on him, it's always a little underwhelming for me personally. I mean, I've seen Shakur Stevenson have some moments in the ring, but again, he's never fought anybody. I feel like, this is my personal boxing opinion. He's never fought anybody on the same level, same caliber as him. So, him being undefeated or him being evaluated as some kind of prodigal fighter, it only holds so much weight with me. Of course, I would love to see him fight Devin the Dream Haney in the future. But like I say, with that, right, I'm sorry, Mr. Stevenson, you done this to yourself. And now you put yourself in a boxing purgatory because everybody, Shakur Stevenson plays like he's a boss. But Bill Haney exposed something. He said that Shakur already denied that 25% contract. And in addition to that, Bill Haney states that Bob Arum, signs off on all of Shakur Stevenson's fights, allegedly. I believe that's to be true because we all know Shakur is with Top Rank, and we know how Bob Arum is. We just seen this movie with Bob Arum and Terrence Bud Crawford. Bud was essentially in the same boat Shakur Stevenson was in. But same boat Shakur Stevenson is in right now. Whereas, is he not fighting these dudes, or is Bob not letting them fight? Because Bob, Shakur or Terrence used to say Bob was to blame, and then, guys like Errol Spence would say, no, it was Terrence Crawford preventing the fight. So it's just always some confusion over there at Top Rank. Not to knock the PBC either. The PBC is just as bad, just as confusing, and just as shady in their business practices. But right now, as far as the Shakur Stevenson situation goes, I like to just double back around to it just to update the Rolodex, because Shakur, man, he's starting to become annoying. I think, like I said, it's becoming a clout chasing mission, and this dude it just looks bad. It just looks very bad. He should have took that 25% contract. Possibly won undisputed, and then everybody, all roads to glory would have gone through Shakur Stevenson at that point. Because right now, the mainstream media doesn't want to say it. A lot of these boxing fans don't want to say it. The road to glory is not through Gervonta Tank Davis, no sir. It's through Devin the Dream Haney. And the kind of path that Devin is on, the kind of moves he's making. Man, Devin's gonna be making some big money very soon. He's already kind of in that, reaching that high echelon now. People try to act like they weren't impressed with that Lomachenko fight and the Regis Prograis fight. I was very impressed with the Devin Haney performances that we got. Not only was his Regis Prograis fight, his performance just a tad bit better than his Lomachenko fight to me. He showed class and skill and a certain level of pedigree versus Loma, and then maintained that same pedigree when he went against Regis Prograis, which was what I was looking for primarily in that fight. So, again, all roads to glory lead through the Haneys right now. And if that wasn't the case, Shakur wouldn't be asking to fight Devin Haney now. You know what I mean? It used to be some back and forth, some crap talking. Now everybody's going to have to come knock at the Devin Haney door and get permission, to fight. The same way a lot of these dudes are knocking at Canelo's door, for a big payday or for a big fight. Because all roads of glory essentially lead to or go through Canelo right now. So, but that's all I got for y'all on this one. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it. Are you a Shakur Stevenson fan? Do you think he's a cap artist? I've even had dudes call him Shakap Stevenson. I was riding with that for a little while. But again, like I say, I do respectfully consider myself a supporter of Shakur Stevenson. So I would love to see him, kind of move a little different, get some of those bigger fights legitimately, not through this clout chasing stuff that he's doing. But it is what it is. Y'all tell me what y'all think about. Think about it in the comment section. It is your boy, Tony the Savant. Please don't forget to swing by the Instagram, the Twitter, and the Facebook. And, of course, right here at YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. You know my slogan, man. Y'all the bosses. I'm the guy that gets the job done. Let me get back to work. Peace.